My silver medal, I can speak.
With your ass.
Top for today. I audit education down the drain.
Right. I ain't got one.
Top for today. NBA standout so far for 2 weeks. There have been, I know people have soured on the NBA because of the Cavs and the Warriors and everything's the same every year. People like that don't know basketball that well because there are some just really fun teams in the NBA right now.
Yeah.
Now, of course, you can say, well, in the end, it's going to be Cavs and Warriors. But until that time comes, there's a couple teams you should probably check out, especially because the Cavs and the Warriors haven't necessarily played that well. And to me, the Cavs issues seem to be a little bit more long-term than the Warriors, but we'll get to that later.
Right.
Giannis Antetokounmpo is going to be the MVP in the NBA this year. He's playing out of his mind. He's my favorite player in the NBA. Has been for a while. You can ask Niles since we were back in college.
Yep.
But
we talked about Giannis going for MVP on the last episode of Tom too.
5 assists.
Improved, man.
His shooting ability, and he's shooting 35% from free this year and 60% from field.
Yeah.
6-0.
Yeah.
That team is amazing, and it's not just Giannis. Chris Middleton, one of the best shooters in the NBA, had 44 points last night.
Yeah.
Giannis only had 16 or 17 points, so they can score in a lot of different ways. Tony Snell is a revelation after the Bulls traded him over there.
Right.
Has turned into a quality wing player for them, wing defender, shooter, 3-and-D guy. So, that's a really fun team, the Milwaukee Bucks, and they're going to cost a lot. So people have just out to me so far. Ben Simmons is a monster.
Yes.
Hasn't made one free yet, but
he doesn't need
is playing amazing. And no, he doesn't need to. He's been playing really good basketball as the point guard, 6'11" point guard for the 76ers. Really nice pick and roll game with Joel Embiid. They're a fun team. Lauri Markkanen.
Yeah.
Bulls, power forward, stretch forward.
He's playing.
This is the crazy thing to me. When the Bulls traded Jimmy Butler, Chicago was in flames. I'll tell you that right now. People, you can't trade Jimmy Butler. You got this bum kid. You're gonna probably draft. He's gonna be good. And then the draft comes. They draft Lauri Markkanen. You got this European kid. He's probably gonna be terrible. All this stuff was like people hadn't seen him play. Was a really quality player at Arizona, and he's he might be the Bulls' leading scorer.
He was great at Arizona.
After 17-9 right now.
Yeah.
He doesn't even really know how to play an NBA game yet. He's just pick and pop, pick and roll, a little bit of face up, a little bit of back to the basket, and he's playing really good ball right now.
Yeah.
Other guys really quickly. Malik Monk is playing really good basketball. Kemba Walker.
He lit it up.
We'll talk about the elite lead guards in the NBA. We don't talk about Kemba Walker enough.
No.
You think Kemba, you got to have that same conversation. Kemba, Kyrie, Damian Lillard, Russ, those dominant point guards in the NBA, Kemba deserves to get in that conversation because any way you want a bucket, he can shoot the three off the dribble, he can drop the basket, get you a bucket that way. So yeah, Kemba's balling out right now. And that Hornets team, I don't know what it will take. I don't know if it'll take Kemba leaving or what, but he's a really good player right now.
Yeah, for sure. The NBA is crazy, just the level of talent in the league right now. I think the NBA is the most fun sports league to watch, just from top to bottom. I think almost, not every team, but almost every team has a guy on the floor that's just amazing, that is just a world-class player. And it's just, I get it, like you said, the Warriors and the Cavs are just, they're stacked from top to bottom. You know, both teams have multiple former MVPs. And so it's just like those teams, they're going to make it to the finals again. But like you said, if you really know basketball, you really like basketball, there are some really fun players to watch. Like, I love the way Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum have stepped up and Gordon Hayward being hurt. I mean, the Celtics are playing great, right now. They're really good. I think John Wall is playing MVP level basketball right now at the point guard position, from just on the defensive end, offensive end, everything. You took mine, Ben Simmons. Wow. Like, this dude, I knew he was good. I went and saw him play at LSU one game. I mean, he had a triple-double without even trying. And so I was just like, seeing him he didn't really, it was like when I saw him play at LSU, I was like, because he looked bored. But now it's like he's playing, I've never seen him play like competitive like this. And, I mean, he's dropping dimes, dunking on whole front courts. I mean, he is playing with reckless abandon right now. Like, Ben Simmons is a beast. My Lakers, hey, they're playing better than I thought they would. They played a really good game. Who was that the other week? Because Kuzma had 16 off the bench.
Shout out to Kuzma.
Yeah, Kuzma is playing really well.
Killing
Larry Nance is playing very well in the front court for the Lakers right now. So it's a lot of young players. I can't wait to see what they look like 4 or 5 years from now. Malik Monk scoring 25 points in 23 minutes off the bench. Like, we got some really good young talent that make the 82 games bearable to watch until we know, like, LeBron versus Steph, so.
Yeah, I think, honestly, this is the best place the NBA has ever been since the Michael Jordan era.
Yeah, for sure.
Top to bottom, the depth is really just phenomenal. I mean, even like these little teams like you mentioned, like Detroit and Charlotte and Milwaukee, they were considered like the lower middle class of the NBA.
Cellar of the NBA.
And they potentially could beat the Warriors in a game if they're the Warriors try. I'm not saying game like a series, but in a night to night, the league is so competitive, so interesting.
Yeah, for sure.
Like you said, every team really has someone who's dang good. Even the Bulls, who I thought were going to be tanking.
It's only a couple teams.
They got Lauri Markkanen.
They're still going to win like 5 games, but Lauri Markkanen will make it. I can at least turn on the game and see what Lauri Markkanen is doing, and then turn the game.
That's what I'm saying. Every team now has like a little bit of like they have a player who represents hope for them. And that's really, I think it's really cool. I mean, just the other day, the Nets sold for $2.3 billion, and the guy didn't even get the stadium. I mean, Prokhorov still owns the stadium. I mean, the NBA has never been really at a better place since Jordan, and it's reflective in all the talent.
Yeah, I mean, it's so much money in the NBA right now. I wish I could buy a share of a team or something. Because it's ridiculous. These TV contracts, the contracts people are signing, cashing in, like it's great. You got multiple teams that have 2-3 guys that are stars on some of our better teams, and then you have Giannis carrying a team like by himself with some good role players. So it's just like it's fun to watch. I love basketball is my favorite sport. I love the NBA. It's the most fun thing to watch, I think, right now. So
yeah, there's a lot of great. This is a great rookie class too. Maybe one of the deepest rookie classes you've ever seen.
Because nobody's even talking about how Kawhi Leonard's hurt right now. Like he's not even playing. He's not even playing. That's how fun. That's how exciting the league is when probably the third or fourth best player isn't even available to play right now.
Yeah, it's just a smorgasbord of talent. Yeah. Is there anyone in particular to you guys that really stands out? Do you think Giannis is like the star of this first couple weeks?
Yeah.
For me, Giannis, but DeMarcus Cousins has been playing amazing basketball.
Right?
And people don't usually like to talk about DeMarcus Cousins because, he got a bad attitude, he's a coach killer, blah, 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 blah. DeMarcus Cousins is the most talented big man there's been since Shaquille O'Neal.
Exactly.
You could say Joel Embiid might, if he can stay healthy, could approach that territory.
Yeah.
But for me, DeMarcus Cousins is playing amazing. Putting up 30 and 15 like it's nothing. And if you look into it, DeMarcus Cousins is averaging more assists this season than Kyrie Irving and averaging more threes made this year than Kevin Durant. So he's falling out right now.
He had against the Sacramento? He had 43 and 20 or something like that?
He's been,
that's 2K numbers, bro. Like with the sliders on. Like that's
him and Anthony Davis have finally figured out how to coalesce.
I don't think so.
I mean, I still think in terms of like
it's not gonna work. I love the two players, but it ain't gonna work.
Well, I mean, in terms of they figure out the spacing for the scoring.
What you say? What did you say?
At about 6. So they're getting theirs. It's just everybody else.
You say everybody else what?
I said they're getting theirs. Coexist with them.
Yeah.
And so I think that's the reason.
And that's what I'm saying. The team around them is trash. The team around them is trash. Like to have 2 big guys like that operating like high low, you have to have a gang of shooters around them, and that's why like that. I always liken it to the Orlando team that made it to the finals in 2009, and people didn't think they would do that. Well, they were built to beat teams. They had a dominant big man that just stood in the middle, and they had 4 guys that could shoot the lights out.
And Hito was the other tall guy.
And you had a 6'10" guy that can run pick and roll. So it's just like you have those 2 pillars, but it's like nobody else around them can really create their own shot, make an open 3, or make a big play to like get those turning moments. Because like
which makes that Buddy Hield trade so mystifying.
Yeah.
It's like
they still
you
have
bring these guys in because you have to trade Cousins and no shooters.
right. If you still had Buddy Hield, this team would be probably I think definitely a for sure playoff lock. You had Buddy Hield.
Yeah, it's a shame, but I actually do think Anthony Davis and DeMarcus Cousins.
So y'all don't think Cousins is gonna get traded by the trade deadline?
I'm sure they will because it's New Orleans and they're pretty incompetent, as you can see by the lineup around Davis and Cousins. But I do like the 2 together. I just feel like you said, the cast around them doesn't work. But I feel like those 2 have figured it out. It's just the rest of them they aren't good enough. But I do like the contributions those 2 put together.
So if you're the Pelicans GM, do you just hold on and hope Cousins signs with you at the end of the season, or do you trade him and try to get some pieces?
If I'm the Pelicans GM, I hire a smarter GM, first of all, because he doesn't know what he's doing.
Damn.
Like, in reality, he's been the cause of this issue, because I like Buddy Hield, he's a project a little bit, but I would have liked him for this team, and so it was just
But you go get Cousins if you...
it's just, I don't know.
Here's my thing. I don't have a problem with them going to get Cousins, but you have to get out of the small market mindset of, we have Cousins, but we can't spend money to go get people to add to Cousins and Davis. Because after a while, Anthony Davis is going to get wise and say, you know what, I might go back home to Chicago, because in 4 years, the Bulls team might be able to do something and get pieces, or he might go out west. Like, there's a lot of possibilities for Anthony Davis outside of New Orleans, and he's doing them a service by signing that contract a couple years ago. Right. So they have, I think, 3-4 years to do something, because he's going to leave, and if he leaves, Cousins is definitely going.
Yeah, well, Cousins' contract is up after this year is over, so...
Yeah. So, I don't think Cousins signing a long-term, maybe a 2-year deal, but that might be...
Maybe a 2 with a player option. I can see it.
Yeah.
There's going to be a lot of teams contenders trying to trade for him at the trade deadline, like your Milwaukees and Washingtons that are like 1 player away from beating the Cavs.
Milwaukee would be
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's just
that's the way to wrap it up there. If you met Giannis and Cousins, the two standouts the first 2 weeks.
Because I feel
like
Milwaukee,
they play together, that would be a super
has
team.
Some good young pieces. Milwaukee's has some good young pieces and picks they could trade for them. Cleveland has a couple pieces and a pick because Cleveland has that Brooklyn pick. So I was just like, I don't know. Yeah. There's some Eastern contenders I think that'll trade for Cousins and put up some good packages at the trade deadline.
Last thing before we get off the NBA topic, I want to talk about the Cavs real quick and those issues we were talking about, because one of the issues that they have, of course, Tristan Thompson is going to be out for a month, which affects their defensive abilities. And LeBron, I think Niles, we talk about this all the time, on the air and off the air. LeBron can't play all 5 positions.
No! Stop making him do it!
Defensively, they're an awful team.
Yeah.
Because I don't think people are like, Dwayne Wade going to go to the Cavs, he's going to be revitalized after being on Bulls. I'm going to tell you what, after watching a lot of Bulls basketball, Dwayne Wade is done on defense. Like, that's not what you got him for.
Yeah.
And this year, he's even worse on defense.
Yeah.
It's not just he's not trying, it's he can't.
Yeah.
So people are going by him, people who are slower going by Dwayne Wade, and he doesn't want to get back on defense. That team is terrible. So you have a backcourt of Derrick Rose and Dwayne Wade, and then LeBron has to guard not only the 3, but the 4-5 and the 1 and 2. You can't win games like that. Yeah. Like last night, LeBron had 33, 13, and 7, and they lost by 17 points.
To the Pacers.
Well, we were talking about it earlier. It's just what you said. They can't play defense, and the whole point of like having a cast around LeBron is like you're supposed to reduce the amount of work he has to do throughout the season to get to the finals.
And not playing defense is not.
And the issue is they signed a lot of guys who have redundant skills with LeBron, do what he does, and then don't do the things he needs to. Like Jay Crowder is really one of the few guys on the Cavs who's fit in well because he does things that work with LeBron's skills as opposed to like your Derrick Roses, your Dwayne Wades, who are just offensive pieces. But in the end, if J.R. Smith, Kyle Korver, and all the other shooters, they aren't hitting shots. No, they're all turnstiles, and so now LeBron James is just running around frantically like a chicken with his head cut off, and it's like the whole point was to.
They're forced to put Jay Crowder on the bench because that bench unit is so bad on defense they're going to be out of the game when LeBron comes out.
Exactly.
And that was the whole point. They were supposed to bolster the bench and make it so that when LeBron went off, that at least they'd be deep. They'd have a second unit, and the second unit is even more in shambles than it was before. So, Dan Gilbert, great job. Keep writing those racist letters.
They got a lot to figure out. Isaiah Thomas coming back in December isn't gonna fix everything. So
no, if that doesn't help the defense, they probably get worse.
Yeah, someone under 6 feet. That's what we need for defense. You know,
because they scoring. It's just
it's gonna be one of the best NBA seasons, I think.
It'll be interesting. That top 4 or 5 in the East is gonna be interesting, man. It's gonna be interesting.
I think the Bucks win 50+ games, and they be vying for that 2 or 1.
Same with Washington. Washington is gonna be scary too, because Washington plays deep. That's the thing. Washington will lock you up. So
I'm sorry, but I don't think the Raptors that good.
No,
they never have.
They're not. I've never bought into Toronto. I think DeMar DeRozan's overrated. I think he's a good player, but I don't think he's a star. And Kyle Lowry.
In gay. Like, I really don't know how that works. Like, he's a 1990s type of superstar or early 2000s type of superstar where I can go to the basket and get buckets and score 28. But when your team is built to you score 30 a game and you can't score threes to get yourself back in the game, it's hard. I can't lean on Kyle Lowry.
No, Kyle Lowry has had 2 bad playoff runs in a row.
Him coming back.
I think he shot like. Didn't Kyle Lowry shoot like under 20% from 3 last playoffs or something like that? Like they're not a playoff team. Keep partying with Drake on the sidelines. Keep doing that.
All right, does that wrap it up for the NBA?
Yeah.
All right. We just did we've never delved that deep into any topic before.
The NBA is just so deep, man.
Yeah, no, that was great. So we're gonna be right back after this commercial. It's gonna be Arthur's show, Blood Sun Brunch. You gotta check it out. It's fucking fire. We'll be right back.